Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. We are live from my little home office. I'm freezing, so that's why I put on a little scarf. Did the thumbnail confuse you? I was in a hurry and just created that little image and was curious if different people might click on my YouTube channel with a picture of that guy. Anyway, it's me. I'm Movie Review Mom, and my subscribers know that normally I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, and documentary analysis. But today I wanted to do something different because it's January 2025. I wanted to talk about the most anticipated movies of this new year. And so here we go. The first one is Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Now, I actually just did a movie review of that one because it came out on Netflix on January 3rd. It was most anticipated because it's been a while since we've had a Wallace and Gromit film, or really an Aardman animation film from that studio in quite a while. I thought it was adorable. You can now see it. It's on Netflix, and you can watch my movie review of that if you're not sure if it's going to be your cup of tea. The next one coming out is this weekend, January 17th. Also coming out on Netflix, called Back in Action. Now, this one features Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. We haven't seen her for quite a while. Some say that she was blackballed from Hollywood. So it's really great to see her. Then also this weekend is another movie called One of Them Days. So this one is sort of a buddy comedy from producer Issa Rae, who has been a comedian in many films. So I'm excited to see that one. It's about some roommates. There's a boyfriend. There's some shenanigans and all kinds of other nonsense. Another movie also coming out this weekend is called Presence. And it is Steven Soderbergh's ghost story. So I hope it's not too scary, but it should be interesting. It was actually written by Jurassic Park scribe David Cope and stars Lucy Liu and Chris Sullivan. I'm reading my notes so I can tell you all this stuff about him. The next one, also scheduled to release this weekend, is called Wolfman. So we're getting ghosts and wolves and zombies and all kinds of stuff like that this year. With Presence, I was going to go on to Wolfman. Sorry about that. Insidious director Lee Whannell takes on this classic monster movie genre. So we get Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner. And this is a Blumhouse film about a family that moves to an old farmhouse only to be attacked by a werewolf. It definitely sounds like a Blumhouse movie, right? So if you like them and all the stuff that they do, you'll want to check this one out. Another one is coming out in January 30th called You're Cordially Invited. Now, I've actually been invited to a press screening tonight in the theaters, and I always love seeing them in theaters just because you get to hear all the audience's reactions. So I'm curious. I've got my fingers crossed that this one will actually be funny. It's slated as a comedy. So we'll see how that one goes. And I will definitely let you know. I'll post a movie review of it as soon as I watch it. It stars Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon and all of their comedic shenanigans. We also have on January 31st coming out Companion. So this one is another horror film from the producers behind the 2022 movie Barbarian. So it's got Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher. So I don't really like a whole lot of horror. Depends on how horrific it is. I don't know. But if you're interested, that might be one that you're excited about. Another one coming out that I'm excited about is called Love Hurts. It comes out February 7th. And obviously, I'm kind of going in chronological order here with these movies, not as the number one most anticipated movie, which I might say is Wicked. I'm embarrassed to tell you how many times I've seen that movie already. I really love it. And of course, it left us with a hangover, not a hangover. It left us with a cliffhanger. Well, it might have left some of you with a hangover. But anyway, if you've seen the stage production, you know what's coming. I'm super excited. I've listened to the soundtrack as well as watched the movie a bunch of times. So that's probably one of my most anticipated for the year. But back to this one, what did I say? It was called Love Hurts, February 7th. This one is an action film from the John Wick and Fall Guy production team. And it stars, I can never pronounce his name correctly, Ki Hu Kwan. You know him from the little boy that was in an Indiana Jones movie, the second one that came out. You know who I'm talking about? And he was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once, that movie that just blew everybody's socks off. Anyway, so we'll see what this movie is all about. In February 13, we've got a Bridget Jones movie called Mad About the Boy. And so this one will be interesting. It's been a long time since we've seen anything from this Bridget Jones franchise. So, of course, it's going to have a returning cast of Hugh Grant, Emma Thompson, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Leah Woodhull. So we'll see. It's going to be streaming on Peacock. Captain America comes out February 14th, called Brave New World. Now, that one I'm excited about. It actually has been a while since we've had a good Marvel movie come out. We've had some stinkers recently. And so fingers crossed on that one. I love the Captain America character. We're going to have several people from the Avengers returning to fill out this cast. So fingers crossed. Now we've got Paddington in Peru coming out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And I've already done a review of that one. So if you're a Paddington fan, definitely watch my review of that one. It's adorable. It's not the strongest in the franchise. This is the third one, I think it was, in the franchise, but I was entertained. And again, if you like the character, you'll like it. We've got The Monkey coming out in February 2020. I mean, obviously 2025, February 21st. It's a follow-up horror breakout to the movie Longlegs, which also was hugely popular this last year. Sinners comes out March 7th. And I think this one has got some really great potential because it has both Michael B. Jordan, who I think is fantastic, and Ryan Coogler. They team up for a vampire movie. I'm hoping that there's some comedy and not just taking itself too seriously. So we'll see about that one. But I really do like both of those actors. March 14th brings us The Electric State, which has a really good cast representing the Russo brothers' latest feature, again, for Netflix. Netflix is crushing it lately. It's going to have Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, again, another movie with a Ke-Huy Quan, and Stanley Tucci, whom I absolutely adore. Also in March is Snow White. Now, this is the live action remake of the beloved classic animated movie by Disney. This movie has been fraught with all kinds of political and technical issues. And so I think nobody's expecting much from this movie. Hollywood, of course, is crossing their fingers, but I don't know. I'm going to begrudgingly watch and review that one, I think. March 28th gives us The Woman in the Yard. And this is also another Blumhouse feature about a family that gets a warning from a mysterious woman dressed in black. You know, it's a psychological horror. We'll see. Minecraft movie comes out on April 4th. Now, I've got 4 sons who loved Minecraft. And so I think it's going to be kind of a movie that definitely attracts millennials and Gen Z and will bring back a lot of nostalgia for playing the game. Video game movie adaptations have been problematic for many, many years. However, there have been a few that were actually really good. So we'll see what happens with this. It's a half animated adventure comedy based on the video game, obviously. It's got Jack Black, Jason Momoa, so you know it's going to be hilarious, or at least it's got the formula with those 2 actors in it. So fingers crossed on that one as well. Then on April 18th, we've got Mickey 17. This one should be an interesting one. This is, it follows a man played by Robert Pattinson. All right, you had me at Robert Pattinson. Now, when he came out in Twilight, I was like, okay, he's the newest heartthrob. But since then, he has proved himself to be an outstanding actor. So I definitely will watch this simply for his performance. And I think it's going to be interesting. It's also got Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo. They have proven themselves quite capable of serious dramatic films in recent years. And so I'm impressed with that cast and the lineup. Now we've got a sequel, and this is one of many sequels coming out in 2025. The Accountant 2. This one is a Ben Affleck sequel from the first movie, The Accountant, which I thought was really fun and interesting. So keep that one on your list. Thunderbolts comes out on May 2nd. And again, all of these dates assume that the production is on target. There may be some little shifting around of dates, but this one could be a lot of fun. It's the final film for Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it centers on a team of villains who are backed by the U.S. government. It stars Florence Pugh, love that. Sebastian Stan, love that. David Harbour as the Red Guardian. Riot Russell as John Walker. Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster. And Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. So that should be a lot of fun. Again, please, Marvel, let it be good. Lilo and Stitch actually have a live action version of their famous movie. It comes out on May 23rd. I don't know. I've seen some images. We'll see. Hopefully it's decent. And then really next to Wicked, probably my biggest anticipated movie for 2025 is finally Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning comes out on May 23rd. Hopefully, it was supposed to come out in 2024, and we were so excited. My husband and I love this Tom Cruise franchise. I mean, the franchise has been around for decades and is always great, but Tom Cruise has taken it to a whole other level with his absolutely insane stunts. He has obviously has become an incredible box office actor, but he is one of the hardest working, most amazing stuntmen in the industry as well. So excited for that. Also coming out in May on the 30th is the Karate Kid Legends. And we're going to get a few repeat performances from some of the original Karate Kid cast. And by the way, have you been watching Cobra Kai? It's super cheesy, but a lot of fun, especially if you're probably about my age and really fell in love with Karate Kid and that whole franchise back in when did that come out? 80s, 90s, whenever that came out. We also have Ballerina coming out on June 6th. This is a spin-off from the John Wick film series. And it's going to be set between the events of John Wick Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. And we see Ana de Armas as a ballerina who turns into an assassin. And she has proven herself with the last few movies that she's done as being capable of being an action heroine of sorts. And so I'm really interested to see that one. On June 13th, we have Elio, which looks like it could be a really cute animation film. And let's see, I'm trying to read my notes. Anyway, stars voices of Zoe Saldana and Brad Garrett. So it should be cute, hopefully. And following up that animation in June 13th, when school is out and kids can sit in the theater all day long, is How to Train Your Dragon. Now, this has been a super sweet franchise as well. Very successful. And this one is supposed to be a live action remake. So I'm super curious. I really hope that the CGI and the special effects and all of that work, because this could be really special. In June, on the 20th, we've got 28 Years Later. This one is Danny Boyle, and he is back in the director's chair for a zombie horror thriller. And it sees Cillian Murphy. I mean, you had me at Cillian Murphy, right? As well as some Ralph Fiennes. Love somebody. Somebody please give Ralph Fiennes an Oscar for something? He has produced so many incredible movies for decades. He's been nominated, but he's never won. He's gotten so close. And I don't know. We just had him nominated for what's it called? And now I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, for a movie in 2024, my mind just went blank. I thought he was so excellent in that. He actually had two movies out in 2024. I reviewed both of them, and I thought both of his performances were incredible. And, you know, he got nominated but didn't win. So we'll see what the Oscars do with him, because he absolutely deserves, for his entire career, his whole body of work has been just outstanding. All right, so here's one that I think a lot of people have their eye on. Coming out June 27th is F1. This is a Brad Pitt movie. This is going to be fun, action, Formula One racing kind of stuff. Also, let's see, Joseph Kaczynski. And some of the scenes were actually shot during real F1 races, so that should be fun adrenaline. Now, did you ever see the movie Megan? Well, we get a sequel for Megan 20 coming out end of June. So probably more of the same, I'm assuming. And then we've got Jurassic World, vampires, zombies, dinosaurs. July 2nd, we've got Jurassic World Rebirth. So fingers crossed on that one. I admit I am a Jurassic Park fan, and so I'm hoping that this is going to be good. This one takes place years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, which I enjoyed. Some people are like, you know, I'm over it. I'm not over it. I'm still having fun. It is from the Godzilla director, and it stars Jonathan Bailey, who is in, wait, let me go back and look at the picture. He's in Wicked. So we're going to get to see him do something other than sing and dance. So that'll be awesome. We've got a Trey Parker, Matt Stone comedy. So far, the movie is untitled. So far, it's scheduled to release on July 4th. They're the South Park duo. We'll see what it is that they come up with. Superman comes out July 11th. And fingers crossed that that one is good as well, because he's such an epic, iconic figure. The Fantastic Four comes out in July 25th. This one's called First Step. So it's the latest reboot of the Fantastic Four franchise. Some people love that franchise. I'm a little, you know, whatever. So we'll see. We got another horror sequel called I Know What You Did Last Summer coming out in the summer in July. The Bad Guys, the animation film, comes out August 1st. Part 2. And I thought that the first one was adorable, so sweet, so funny. So we'll see how that one is. We've got The Naked Gun. What? Coming out August 1st. I'm super curious to see what that one's going to be about. The Battle of Bactan Cross comes out in August. And this one stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Regina Hall, Sean Penn, Alana Haim. This one could be incredible. And I don't know that much about it. But one thing that I'm really excited about is Freakier Friday. That one comes out August 8th. I am such a fan of Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. And so I'll watch it, and I will probably love it because I've seen Freaky Friday many times. I just thought it was super cute. Nobody 2 comes out. That one was so violent, but so awesome and hilarious and really interesting. Bob Odenkirk, he's been behind the scenes for decades, and now he is front and center as the leading man of an action film. So I'm excited about that one. Mercy comes out in August, starring Chris Pratt. I'm a huge Chris Pratt fan. Rebecca Ferguson is also in it. She is so classy. I just love her. The Conjuring Last Rites comes out September 7th. I may or may not see that one. That's just a little scary for me. Downton Abbey 3 comes out in September. Yay. I've been a huge Downton Abbey fan of the TV series. And even the 2 movies that they've pumped out have been decent. Certainly for fan service. We get to see the story continue. And I think that that will be beloved, certainly among the fans. Then we've got The Bride coming out in September. This is Maggie Gyllenhaal's take on The Bride of Frankenstein, and it stars Jessie Buckley. She's so talented and has such a bright future in front of her. I mean, everything she's put out has just been outstanding. Then we've got Michael, as in Michael Jackson, coming out in October 3rd. This is Jafar Jackson, who's the nephew of the late pop star, and he stars in this biopic, which is directed by Antoine Fuqua. So, hello, that should be amazing. The Black Phone 2 comes out. I don't know if you saw the first one. It was creepy and interesting and, kind of fun in a horror type of way. Good Fortune comes out in October. And this one is Aziz Ansari. He directs and stars opposite Seth Rogen and Keanu Reeves. I mean, you had me at Keanu Reeves. He makes every movie better. So we'll see. It's a life swap type of comedy. Hopefully it's good. Regretting You comes out. This is an adaptation from Colleen Hoover's stuff. And it is, let's see, it is since she did It Ends With Us, which I thought was really interesting too. Begonia comes out November 7th. And I don't know that much about this one. It's an English remake of a South Korean film called Save the Green Planet. Predator Badlands comes out also in November. I mean, if you're a Predator fan, hopefully it's good. Now You See Me 3 comes out in November, just right before Thanksgiving. I loved the first two movies, and so I'm excited to see what this one is going to present. It's got Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Ruffalo, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Liza Kaplan. They're back. And so I'm really interested to see what they're going to do to carry on this. And then in November, also during Thanksgiving week, is The Running Man. This is Glenn Powell. Now, he blew everybody's socks off in 2024. And people are now taking notice of him. I thought he was just sort of a pretty face, but he could do some stuff. So we'll see. And then Wicked for Good, the sequel, part 2 of The Wicked, comes out November 21st. Again, just in time for Thanksgiving break. So yay. Zootopia 2, the animation, comes out in November. Wait, is it November? Yeah, end of November. And then Avatar Fire and Dash comes out December 19th. I loved the first one. It was groundbreaking. The second one was gorgeous to look at, but I was kind of like, really? We're rehashing the exact same story. Is that that's where we're going with this? So I'm hoping that this one is different. It says that the plot is unknown. We see Jake Sully coming back, Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana. I'm sure the special effects are going to be great. I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it more than once just for the visual effects alone. Then on Christmas Day, The Housemaid comes out. This is Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. And it's a struggling woman who's happy to get a job as a housemaid. And so it'll, I don't know. It sounds like a drama. We'll see. Those are two great actresses who've shown that they're versatile. Also on Christmas Day is Marty Supreme. Wow, I don't know how long I've been talking about, but I'm running through the whole year and I'm trying to talk as fast as I can. This is produced by the studio A24. They are always doing something unusual and different and quirky and so much fun. And this movie stars Timothy Chalamet in the 1950s as a ping pong ball champion. And so he has also showed himself to be quite a chameleon. So that should be fun. And then After the Hunt is scheduled to come out in 2025. I don't know. It's undetermined if that one will or not. And then I've got several other movies that are unknowns. Maybe they're going to come out in 2025. But I think I've talked. Oh, I do need to say Happy Gilmore too. That one is supposed to be slated, but the date is to be determined. But I think a lot of people are excited about that. Oh, and I should mention The Old Guard 2 with Charlize Theron. She's so gorgeous, so talented. I really enjoyed the first one. So hopefully that one will come out. A Simple Favor 2 is supposed to come out. We'll see. A bunch of other ones. All right. So thank you so much. I haven't even looked to see. Oh, I've been talking for 24 minutes. That is long enough. I'm looking to see who's joined me. Hey, thanks for joining me. And Comment down below which one of those you were the most excited about talking about watching. And when you get a minute, run and visit me. I'm on all the social media sites. Join my Facebook group called Movie Review Mom and let me know there too which movie you're most excited about or which ones you think are already going to be duds and you think you're not going to watch. Anyway, thanks for spending some time with me. I've got more reviews coming and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.